Good morning, guys. Back with our daily dosage of RuneScape progression. So, as you can tell, based on the two flashing icons, I started working on combat, and more specifically, I actually taught myself the combat system, so the evolution of combat system, EOC. Now, prior to when I quit, evolution of combat is actually literally the next update that came out right after I quit. So, Dungeoneering came out. I started getting bored of the game. I left. And then around the same time, I think a year later, Evolution of Combat came out. And I actually, funny enough, tried to start the game again in between this period. But Evolution of Combat was so confusing back then. And it was so manual back then. I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm out of here, bro. So, like, technically, I quit, tried to come back, and I quit again. But now I'm like, okay, everyone who plays this game uses the EOC system. So this game actually has a way to turn this off and use the legacy combat system. So you can actually turn all these skills off and just use your basic attack and go back to special attacks and play the game as if it was way back then, like in 2010. Now the problem is EOC is quite a big damage boost. It is a significant amount of damage boost. If I turned EOC off, to kill these same fresh flesh crawlers that you're seeing right now, it would take me like 2 to 3 times longer. And specific skills like my ultimate skill literally almost one-shots them. So after a certain amount of adrenaline buildup, I basically one-shot them. So it would actually take me like 3 to 4 times longer in hindsight. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me actually learn the EOC system. And I say learn with a grain of salt because I automated it similar to how most players are playing it. Because everyone keeps recommending, yo, pick up Necromancy, pick up Necromancy. It's the easiest skill. It's the easiest skill. And I want to kind of live the nostalgic part of RuneScape, which is strength, attack, defense, range, magic. I want to do those first before I pick up Necromancy. And like Necromancy, I'm sure is great for bossing, but I'm not bossing right now, right? I'm literally just playing the dinky ass flesh crawler killing strat. Like this is literally what I used to do back then. I wasn't bossing. I wasn't killing whatchamacallit. I wasn't doing fire cape, whatever that. I forgot all the names, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't doing Dagonauts. Like I was just killing flesh crawlers. Because again, you guys gotta understand, I was mostly free to play back then, right? I like the only real bossing that I actually ended up doing was dungeoneering, and I didn't like it. So I taught myself. I understood how the skills work, how their cooldowns work, how their effects work. I understood how this bar works. So basically, the first 9 skills you automatically trigger in the game, and so you want to set them up in a way where it's like the longest cooldown and burst skills at the beginning, and then the quickest or lowest cooldown skills at the end. Because otherwise, if you put the lowest skill cooldowns at the beginning, it'll just keep spamming those, and it will never use your ultimate. It will never use your stuns. It will never do anything other than your basic skills. So you actually end up having to put them in reverse order of cooldown so that it triggers the longer cooldown skills first and let them regenerate while you spam your slow cooldown skills. So I learned that, and bro, it was a night and day difference. I was killing mobs like 30 seconds of flesh crawler to like 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 10 seconds. Like it was such a look at this. 2 shots. Literally 2 shots dead. Boom. These 3 seconds dead. Like such a big night and day difference with this small changes, just reordering the skills. And now I'm starting to understand the EOC concept, right? I'm starting to get it. It's basically like your modern MMO combat system where the whole progression of the game is the higher level you get, the more skills you unlock, and you build different combos with different skills. So, like for example, certain skills get buffed with stuns, so you'd use a stun effect first and then use that skill after, so you can not only stun the enemy, but you could do more damage to them at the end. So these like different combos and strategies is kind of like the direction that RuneScape was trying to take you towards. And I guess their execution wasn't the greatest at the beginning, but this automated system is actually pretty intuitive and easy. Like I don't find I actually am mostly AFKing. Obviously, I'm at a spot where the mobs don't aggro, but I'm mostly AFKing. By the way, I learned more stuff about the aggro system revamp because back then flesh crawlers used to auto aggro you. So you could literally just AFK here for 20 minutes and basically get a bunch of EXP and then come back and then You gotta, I believe, do some manual effect, and then actually I believe you gotta go back to Lumbridge. So you gotta go to a safe area for X amount of time. I don't know how long it was, but then your aggro would reset. Now this place doesn't aggro at all, so I mean I have to manually click. But again, it's pretty semi AFKable. Like you can click a couple mobs, go do your thing, come back, click a couple mobs, go do your thing. Semi AFKable. It's not like mining, which is purely AFK. And I got this thing to 56. I honestly love mining compared to all my other skills, man. Mining is just pure AFK. Like just AFK and go fuck off and runite ore and come back to like 28 runite ores. Like that is amazing. But obviously not every skill in this game is like that, and combat is definitely one of them. And then I also learned that apparently you can dedicate your EXP to one skill at a time through the settings and combat EXP, and you can actually like check. So now I brushed up my attack first. Then I learned that this number over here is basically like how accurate your damage is and how much of your damage you're going to output. And so I maxed out my attack to 40, got an adamant scimitar, or adamant scimitar. Adamant, I don't even know how to pronounce it, man. It's been too long. But now that I have 100% accuracy on flesh crawlers, I don't see the point in leveling up my attack. By the way, it used to be rune scimitar at level 40, bro. What happened? Why is it adamant at 40? I should have a rune scimitar by now. But anyways, I'm stuck with an adamant scimitar. Now I'm leveling up my strength to 40, and then after I do that, I'm probably going to move to the next part of the stronghold security. Because I don't fully, again, free to play, it seems to be not many options still. Like it was the case back then, and it's still the case now. But as soon as I get to 40, I'll move to the next part of the map. I don't know at what point I should go to members map. I genuinely don't know yet. Like, I have this weird feeling I'm going to waste my membership, but I'm also just thinking of just getting like a year membership and just forgetting about it. That way, like, I don't limit myself. But then the thing is, am I going to play for a full year? I mean, I've been playing every day for the last week and a half, and the YouTube videos kind of prove my point. So maybe we continue this down this journey, this pilgrimage. But I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I go into membership. But so far, I mean, free to play. I'm not running out of stuff to do. Like clearly, I'm not running out of stuff to do. I haven't even touched ranging, magic. I've not touched smithing. I've not touched fishing, fire making, cooking, and like there's like other skills too, bro. I'm not running out of stuff to do, so maybe I'll just wait a bit. But obviously, the EXP per hour and GP per hour is faster with membership, but it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not trying to min-max EXP and GP per hour yet because I'm acting as if I'm a new player, right? Like I know I understand that I came back, but I'm technically a new player who knows nothing about this game. So I'm not at a point where min-maxing efficiencies matter yet. I can't even access the charts. I believe the charts are a member-only thing. That's probably why I can't access it. But I literally can't access it wherever it is. I don't even remember which option it was. One of these options, right? Which option was it? Skill? I don't remember, bro. It was one of them. I think I messed up my UI. Anyways, there was a way to track EXP per hour, GP per hour, or whatever, but I don't even know how to trigger them yet. I'll figure that out later. But I think for now I have enough stuff to do for quite a while. I would say like quite a while, guys. I'm trying to level up my combat so I can do the quest a lot easier, because what prompted me to level up my combat was I just finished Vampire Slayer. And Vampire Slayer, that vampire wasn't crazy strong, but compared to like my combat level was like 14. For a combat level 14, that guy was pretty hard to beat, and I had to like max out my inventory full of food and stuff. So now that I'm higher combat, I could probably like kill that vampire pretty easily now. But we're already past that quest. But I'm leveling up my combat to make my account a little bit stronger to progress through the quests a bit faster. The quest storylines, honestly, I'm trying to force myself to read the storylines, read the text. I don't like some of the quests. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very interested in, like the necromancer quests that unlock necromancy. I like that because it introduced death, and then it introduced Raisal. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Introduced like some of the gods in the game, right? And so that's pretty interesting. I know one of the final bosses in the game is Zamorak. So that's going to be fun to play against. So I'm trying to immerse myself into the quest, but then some of the quests are just like, who gives a fuck? Like Ernst the chicken. I don't know if he's related to any of the main storylines at all. It's just like some random side quest. But I still try and force myself to read the text a little bit or skim through at the bare minimum. Because again, they put a lot of effort into these quests, and I know a lot of players really, really like these quests. And I'm trying to build my knowledge base of the game, build my knowledge base of Gielinor. Because at the end of the year, or at the end of the next 2 years, hopefully I'm playing this game, but I want to be fully engulfed into the RuneScape world. Because that's one thing that I feel like I'm missing. In other games, I kind of just progress through the storyline. What the hell is this? I already have the bottom. But I kind of noticed myself just like blitzing through the storyline and then just going for the game mechanics. And I think RuneScape, obviously, there's a lot of game mechanics to go through, and so that's not really a concern. But I want to like combine the game mechanics with the actual universe, and then I want to be able to have conversations about the world, about the characters in the world, about the NPCs in the world. Because RuneScape is one of those like fantasy worlds where it's actually quite developed and vast. There are other fantasy worlds that aren't as developed. There's a lot of mystery. RuneScape, there's actually quite a lot of lore. A lot of things are quite well explained. And it would be amazing if I could literally, be able to fully understand, and every time they push an update, I could connect the dots and see how it relates. Because then it would basically be the loop where I'm constantly playing this game, and I genuinely want to constantly be playing this game. I don't want another game where I play for a few weeks and then quit. I'm done with that shit. I need a game that lasts me till I die. And RuneScape's been alive for 25 years. I could see it being alive for another 25 years. I'm not planning to die in 25 years, but like, you get my point. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying the content, then please drop a like. It's the only way I know anybody watches this stuff. Like, obviously, you'll see, like, view counters go up, but it doesn't mean people watch it. Most people click off. So, if you're actually genuinely watching this till the very end, just drop a like so I know. And I wish you a good rest of your day. Peace out. Bye.